This is tour guide Nosson Shulman. Let's take a virtual tour in Israel together. This week, we explore Mount Gilboa, a stunning biblical site where few tourists venture to, but where the results of a dramatic biblical curse given by King David are still very much visible today. Standing on top of the mountain, you can see how we are high above the very two fertile valleys below us. We are currently standing 2,133 feet above sea level, while the ancient city of Beit Shan, which you see below us in the distance, is 394 feet below sea level. That is why from here, we have an unobstructed panoramic view of a large part of Israel and Jordan. The valleys below us are considered to be among the most fertile in Israel, and from biblical times until today, they formed an important part of the region's breadbasket. What makes it so fertile? For one thing, this is one of Israel's hottest regions, with an abundance of sunlight. Yet there is much water provided by the many springs which emerge from the foot of this mountain and dot the landscape, a rarity in much of the Holy Land. You would expect this mountain has all the properties needed to be as fertile as its surroundings. But look around you. Surprisingly, as you can see, half the mountain is barren without vegetation, and the other half has trees which were planted by the JNF in modern times. And guess what? We know the reason for its emptiness: King David's curse. In the book of Samuel, King Saul and his son Jonathan went into battle with the Philistines down below and were killed. When David got the news that they were dead and he was now king, rather than rejoice at such news, he tore his garments, a Jewish custom for mourners, and cursed the mountain, saying, "O mountains of Gilboa, let neither dew nor rain be upon you, nor fields of bounty." According to Jewish sources, David was saying that even if the mountain were to produce some vegetation, it should never become edible enough to be harvested. That is why to this day, most of the mountain you see before you is dramatically barren, with the exception of the non-edible trees over there which were planted by the JNF and some beautiful flower patches whose seeds were blown onto this mountain over the last few centuries from nearby cemeteries, with those seeds subsequently sprouting. It's amazing to see how thousands of years after King David's curse, the mountain is still an island of infertility in the midst of plenty. Though even in its barrenness, the mountain, as you can see, is still incredibly gorgeous. Since then, many other important historical events occurred here, including arguably the world's most consequential battle in the last 1,000 years, the Battle of Ain Jalut, where for the first time ever, the mighty Mongolian Empire was defeated in battle, an event which affects world history to this very day. This mountain's rich and vast history, coupled with its panoramic views and natural beauty, makes this mountain a site you need to add to your next tour itinerary. For more information on how you can tour Israel's off-the-beaten-track biblical sites like Mount Gilboa, visit guidedtoursofisrael.com. This is tour guide Nosson Shulman for your INTR Exploring Israel virtual tours. Look us up at guidedtoursofisrael.com.